I feel like President Trump is really living rent-free in all of their heads. It's like they can't just let it go. The Democrats didn't win the 2016 election. They just can't deal with it. The bureaucracy here in Washington, D.C., this crazy swamp, just can't deal with it. And they are trying to make our lives as miserable as possible. I'm saying our lives because this is actually an impeachment against you, against the American people that voted for President Trump, and really an impeachment vote against our nation. Let's be serious about this. There was absolutely no evidence. This is all about their hatred for Donald Trump. And you know what? Let me play a clip for you. This is Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib, super excited, dancing around in the halls of Capitol Hill with her posse, talking about the impeachment that she's going to be voting on. Just listen to the giddiness in Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib's voice. It's a disgrace. Play it.
Hey, everyone. I am on my way to the United States House floor to impeach President Trump on behalf of my incredible district, 13 districts strong.
What the heck? What is wrong with these people? This is an impeachment of a United States president. We didn't even see this during President Bill Clinton's impeachment. People were not laughing and skipping around in the halls of Congress. This is so crazy. This is like upside down land. For a second, I thought I was watching a parody on Saturday Night Live. I didn't even know if that was really a congresswoman, somebody who represents our nation. This is a very somber issue. Impeachment of a president. This is not something that you laugh about and skip around the halls about. I'm so grateful that President Trump went to Michigan. He went to Michigan, and people, by the way, in Michigan, in a swing state, were waiting for 2 days in line to see President Trump. This impeachment is going to backfire so big on the Democrats, and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, she knows this. She knows this very well. This is the reason why she doesn't even want to bring it to the Senate. She wants to hold it in perpetuity. She brings up all these excuses that Mitch McConnell isn't going to be doing the right by this impeachment. What was she want? She wants someone there to just basically throw the president out of office is what she wants, because now she realizes, holy cow, we just impeached the president of the United States in the House based on absolutely no evidence that he committed any crime whatsoever. They have wanted to impeach this president since 2016, since he was elected. Remember Maxine Waters? I wish I would have just had a clip of her right now, just jumping up and down. I remember impeach, 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 impeach. She was so crazy about it. She wants to impeach the president. Well, look, you know what? You got your gift. And guess what? In 2020, the voters are going to come out. They are going to vote like no one has ever seen. This is my prediction. My prediction is that this is going to be bigger than 2016. People are not going to put up with this. People are not going to put up with Democrats like Adam Schiff, Shifty Schiff, Lying Schiff. There's so many names for Adam Schiff. I was even singing a Christmas song today, and I included Adam Schiff's name in it. I will not sing it here because you guys will it'll get everywhere, and then Democrats will be mad at me. But Adam Schiff, who lied in front of the American people, who lied during the hearings, who consistently lied to the media, lied over and over and over again. Remember that about the FISA? Oh, no, Christopher Steele's dossier was not the bulk of information that the FBI used to get the FISA warrant to spy on a member of President Trump's campaign, then candidate Trump. He lied about that. He lied about everything. Just lied. And guess what? The media just soaked it up. Those people in the mainstream media that didn't even want to question their sources, they've never even retracted their stories. These people, this is incredible. So if anything, we live in historic times. We live in a time, America, where we have never in modern history seen a house so divided. And the only reason why some of these FBI agents that you see out now, like Lisa Page or Peter Strzok, or you hear John Brennan and James Clapper, John Brennan, former director of the CIA, for those of you that don't remember, I certainly remember him. And, James Clapper, former director of National Intelligence, DNI, the DNI. That's why they've been out there talking about President Trump and pushing, this president is a clear and present danger to our nation. No, he is not. You are, John Brennan. You are, James Clapper. What have you done to this country? And I'm going to play a clip right now because I want you to listen to President Trump out there in Michigan. This is the response back to Rashida Tlaib and Nancy Pelosi and Adam Schiff and Ilhan Omar and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and all of these folks out there, all of these congressional Democrats that have targeted the president, dream about the president, live President Trump every day. That's all they do. They live, breathe President Trump. They probably have pictures of him in their office. They probably play darts with it. Who knows? They're just so insane. By the way, they're not even paying attention to their own districts. They're not paying attention to what happens in this country. They're just focused on President Trump. Let's listen to President Trump's response to the impeachment.
They don't even have any crime. This is the first impeachment where there's no crime. I say, tell me what I did, please. Well, we don't know. You violated the Constitution. You had Turley, who's smart, Alan Dershowitz, these guys, all of them. They say there's no crime. There's no crime. All right? There's no crime. I'm the first person that ever get impeached and there's no crime. I feel guilty. You know what they call it? Impeachment light. It's impeachment light.
Look, he's right. He is 100% right. There is no crime. He is not guilty of anything. He had to release transcripts of his conversation with a foreign leader. It's unheard of. And by the way, the Democrats and the people that were working on the back end of this, and Democrats, I'm talking about Adam Schiff, who obviously knows who the whistleblower is, who lied about that as well. They actually never expected President Trump to release those transcripts. Those transcripts usually are never released because those are private conversations between two world leaders. They are very classified. So all of a sudden, President Trump released him. Everybody read the transcripts. Just read the transcripts. They're out there. There is nothing in there that shows any kind of crime. And that's why the Democrats could not impeach him on any kind of crime. Bribery's gone. Extortion's gone. Quid pro quo gone. They couldn't do it. They couldn't do it. Obstruction of Congress, really? Really? So here you have this president fighting against this system, fighting against these bureaucrats who, by the way, have buried themselves, dwelled in here in this swamp for years, for decades, building up their own little power bases and, protecting that power base with all their might. And here comes this president, this disruptor. By the way, the American people, and I've said this before, are the real disruptors here because they voted someone into office to clean this place up. And remember, these people, and, I could go to John Brennan, former head of the CIA, James Clapper, all of these folks. Adam Schiff is a part of this swamp as well. All of these people inside State Department, names you've never heard of, they are fighting back for their careers, for their way of life. They don't want this swamp to change. They love it. They're the real ones in power here. You know what they say? You know what they think here in Washington, D.C.? They think, you know what? Presidents come and go. I'm here forever. I'm going to do whatever I want. And I'm just going to hold off. If the president wants to change something, let's say in Central America, I'm just going to slow roll it. If the president wants to do something overseas as far as foreign policy in Syria, I'm just going to slow roll that. If something's going to change fundamentally on the national level, I'm just going to ignore it. That's what they try to do. They do that over and over again. And the reason many presidents have a very difficult time fighting back is because they know what's going to happen is the swamp is going to rear its ugly head and it's going to go after them. President Trump wasn't afraid of that. He's like, rear your ugly head at me. Let's go. Let's duke it out. You know, before the American public, before the world. I'm not afraid of you. I don't need you. What I need is the American people. What I need to do is represent them by the promises that I made. And that's what he's done.